That's definitely a sign that things are going well for them when they feel like they're kind of their space creating core in some ways is going for a Midas. Like Centro at this point, it can't create too much space until he has a blink. AM wants to farm a Battle Fury, but AM is also fighting. We've been seeing Miracle get very involved early on, 4-0 and 1. He's going to have Battle Fury in the next 3 or 4 minutes. Things keep up at this rate.
Yeah, it just feels like it's, again, that IO, the added movement speed. They chase heroes down. VGJ don't really have the heroes to go for counterplays yet. Like, you need that Warlock to not only have level 6, but also be in position for it to be able to be dropped down. So you can see right now the net worth graph very heavily sinking again into the favor of Team Liquid.
Liquid's done a really good job of exploiting the lack of help that these Vici can give on the mid lane. The side lanes were fine for Vici. They were CSing well, they were farming well, but they don't have good supports to secure mid lane with. And as a result, the IO Anti-Mage has taken over this game. GH's IO has just been fantastic all tournament long. Definitely one of the breakout players as far as 2017 goes so far, and Liquid are happy to probably just slow roll this game. They don't need to go for any aggressive maneuvers. Until they have a blink on Central, they don't really have the best ganking setups, and imagine they're just happy to play a slow-paced farm game now with the Anti-Mage's Battle Fury coming online. That is on Kripos, giving them a good steady streak of farm, plus level progression. They race level 2 ultimate, so just definitely a tempo favoring quite hard at that.
And we're seeing aggressive go back for the Dragon Lance as well. There was a little bit of time where Terrorblades were sort of consistently going for the Manta style and then immediately into the Scott, trying to get items up. What does this sort of tell you about the way VGJ want to take their games, or just the general playstyle that they've been using?
I want to go more early game. I think they realize right now they're playing a losing game with AM farming, Sentinel's blink coming soon. They're not really doing a whole lot. They want to smoke up, get aggressive, some plays happen, and that's what they're going to do now. Aggressive as far as goes is a carry that wants to fight more than he wants to farm, so he'll be looking to smoke up with his team with Metamorphosis, and they see how low this bottom tier 1 tower is, and recognize that will be a move by Liquid, so they're to test low, and a Storm could catch him despite the hit.
This is a little bit of an awkward movement. Liquid did see the mover as Smokey spotted, and now Matumba Man in some trouble. They are going to be able to go on top of him, and it looks like they're going to focus the IO. Tethers away. What? Are you kidding me? GH, they dropped the rock as well, but he's just walking away. Oh, man, for bad to worse, trying to find the kill. They do get it with the Firestorm, but that's a hell lot for an IO.
Yeah, Storm canceled the relocate out with the pull, but even had the tether escape, that was such a big commitment. Meanwhile, AM free farming the jungle, he Battle Fury, Sentinel getting his blink, and they get another kill. Martu's just so tanky. These number 1 charges, and Ghost Shroud's protected himself. He is such a good to have the tower by himself at that. TP's already, he said, this is going to be my undoing. You can't rely on Sunder, as we've seen, and he TP's mid just to get some more farm.
And the Blink Dagger now ready to be revealed for mind control. IO responds pretty quickly, and it's going to be there to help these guys out if they want to go for initiation.
Really feel like VG Gaming are going to have a very small window where they're strong and can 5-man push. They have Mech on Underlord, that is there. The Ags on the Coddle is probably the other big one to look out for.
Oh, scan it, spots him. They know he's down here. RTK, they're going to check spot, seeing if they can finish him off. A lot of damage coming in. They drop the Reaper sight. That's going to be enough. They find that kill.
Then before he's out.
Oh, still Dark Rift.
Interesting. Sure, that's a good steal. No reason it's not a good steal.
Okay.
See what they can get done with it. But yeah, Coddle's act is going to be very early. It looks like FY's played a very... He's got the same net worth as like Storm at this point. Although I think that speaks more to Storm Spirit's game than FY's game. But it will be a fast Ags on Coddle. And like, you think of TB pushing with all his illusions with the Coddle heal. That's a very strong 5-man push. So perhaps around the Manta style timing of TB, VG Gaming's 5-man push is scary. But they've got to get there without losing.
Well, we're going to use the Dark Rift now, trying to escape, and does still have the lift he wants to use it. Actually ends up canceling it, it looks like, and just going to be able to walk away.
Okay.
All right.
Sedation, I guess. And also, again, soaking up space, bringing all the heroes bottom. AM is kind of more in carry AM mode at this time. No longer the let's dominate the lanes and win mid AM mode. With the Battle Fury complete, he'll go back for a Manta. He's going to get this well before Storm has any kind of an Orchid. It used to be this kind of race to Orchid for a Storm against AM. And also back when Storms would sometimes go Orchid before Bloodstone, where you could gank the AM pre-Manta, but there is no way in hell Orchid's coming before Manta this game, so Miracle is going to be in prime position to fight. And the key thing is here they have Indicator and Centaur, so anytime that 5-man push tries to come, you can blink stun in with the Manta illusions and just instantly blow up through. There's no good counter play. Actually, there's a decent counterplay in the rock, but it's still very tricky because AM isn't going to die to those rocks. So we'll see how Fenrir can use that Chaotic Offering to help protect his carries against that AM initiation.
And also the other big question there is, of course, if he's even going to be in position. These fights have been so chaotic. You've got very mobile heroes in Warlock. Not necessarily the slowest in the world, but he's certainly not the fastest, and only with Brown Boots at this point as well. Nowhere near towards any of those mobility items. So to keep and how these team fights develop, it looks like, at least for now, Coddle pressuring out these lanes and Storm Spirit here as well. They can help enable the Freeze Spirit maybe a little bit more by giving them some more mana there or going for recall plays, but it's going to need to come quick.
Take what time he can. Smoke towards top. BT Gaming have this lane pushed out very deep. The split push at bottom, not too threatening at this point. AM is in the neighborhood, but it looks like they want to force up top.
Oh my, control, big initiation. They find the car right at the start. Gonna bring him down. Storm Spirit trying to at least create some way to get out. But Kuro, they're gonna chase him down. There's the Reaper sight slowed up for a moment as well. It looks like the Fenrir here, they've already dropped the Golem. Kuro maybe in a little bit of trouble. Freeze is already pretty much out of mana. It does look like they're going to be able to take him down. Now, can they find any more? It does look like he's going to be able to relocate out on 13 HP, and Storm Spirit died to the Mana Void, so you end up losing your Storm and your Coddle for the Io and the Rubik.
They're going to TP out now as well. Centaur's fishing for a stun. Only ROTK remains, but they see him.
Now, right clicks coming through. They're just going to try and chase this guy down, and, well, there's going to be another chase. The body blocks are in as well. Mind control showing up. Can they get it? A nice blinding light pushback, and that'll dissuade them from going any further.
We'll salvage the situation, but another death on Storm Spirit. Unsuccessful to push. Didn't quite bring down the Necrophos as well. I think Matu was very close to going down with the Ghost Shroud on cooldown. He was fairly low, but all in all, a decent hold by Team Liquid. It only gets easier to hold these towers as Miracle gets his Manta Style, Matu gets an Ag Scepter. This game and these tower defenses become more and more straightforward. Eevee's Manta is not really coming fast enough. He has fallen well behind of the Anti-Mage, and even the Necrophos on farm. Let's not get started with Freezer, Storm, and how poor he is. He's struggling.
It's been a rough one, no doubt about it. Miracle, he sometimes just runs mid with Anti-Mage and right clicks you to death with an eye there. So, Coddle has completed his Aghanim Scepter. This is something that's allowed them to be, you know, a little bit more sustainable in the team fights, but it hasn't really been 5-on-5 engagements either.
Yep. This will be nice at like daytime, like he won't get as caught by surprise by the center initiation. He'll see it coming a lot better with that flying vision, but nighttime is something that they're going to have to play a lot defensively around. They can use that day vision to prevent Centaur from getting those clean initiations. Things will go a lot better for him. That was really his undoing. He gets hit by a Centaur Stun, at that point he's just dead. The relocate comes in, and losing Coddle at the start of a fight, you can't afford to lose his Coddle. He's got a lot of farm invested in him. He's the one with the big AoE heal. Need FY to stay alive.
Well, Storm Spirit zip in. That's a little bit off the mark there. Stampede also trying to walk away. Looking like he's going to be able to get it. The Reaper comes in. Freeze able to escape before Miracle can get on top with the Mana Void, and everybody's fairly low. Fatal Bond's up, but Tumble Man is going to pop the Ghost Shroud, turns to try and heal up, and they get the Mana Void kill onto Storm and get out with the other two. Don't even lose the IO.
Too aggressive for Freeze. It just feels like he hasn't burst an Anti-Mage in time because he should not have fallen back in. Overconfident, perhaps because he got healed up by the Coddle, but the end result was he commits too deep for an IO. They end up killing the IO on the relocate back in, but this feels like Freeze should just been like counting his blessings. He survived that. He survived the initial Reaper. Once you survive that Reaper, you chill. No need to re-engage for your team. You can slowly secure that tower. They had the tower with the Terrorblade, and see perhaps some of the experience of the youngster there. Very tough spot to play in. You know, you're playing your comfort hero, but you're also playing a matchup you probably haven't played in quite some time, and you know there's all this pressure on you to perform well at your first big LAN, and the end result is that he's being bullied by what is, at this point, an experienced LAN veteran in Miracle.
Yeah, and a killer laner as well. He just completely dismantled him. Not to mention GH, who's also an up and rising young star who's been able to play that supporting role there incredibly well. It does definitely feel like there's been a big disconnect in terms of the way that we know VGJ wanted to take this and the way it's ended up being, as Miracle is starting to zone in on that Lincoln Sphere next. And once he gets that, I'm hard pressed to figure out how it is that VGJ are going to take these fights or even try and kill him off.
Yeah, no easy way to do so. If he blinks in, they can just throw AoE spells at him, like get him in the Pit of Malice, get him in a Rock, Fatal Bonds type combo.
Well, he is going to blink in right now. They drop the Rock, all right. Maybe Fatal Bonds. They end up steal it, turn it back against them. Double kill for Miracle. And now trying to Dark Rift away. They don't want any more of this. It does look like they are going to be able to get RTK out. But, man, that was rough.
I think the toughest part about fighting at this point, if you're in VG shoes, is that AM has actually got level 3. This is such a big boost in almost twice the damage from that level 1 ultimate. Fairly short cooldown. It's going to be tough. And this is one of those games where I think Antimage will be going for that minus 50-second mana void cooldown at level 25. Forget the 25 agi. You just want to be able to spam that ultimate. You've got Storm Spirit, you've got Coddle, you've got Warlock. Have got the biggest mana void. Underlord's got a really big. Well, he's actually a pretty good mana void target himself. There's some great targets. So having a 20-second cooldown on your ultimate would be fantastic. And I'm talking about level 25 talents at 21 minutes in, but Miracle is already level 20 himself, so very tough to deal with, this anti-mage. And that Lincoln's just about...
He's been having himself a hell of a tournament. One of those Ember Sphere games we saw like 9-0-2 by 10 minutes or something. He's 8-0-2 in this one, if I'm not mistaken. Just an absolute monster on an AM mid, no less. Granted, it was against the Storm Spirit, but still, not something you end up seeing every day, as he looks like he's going to be pressuring this bottom tier 2 tower mid. Maybe something a brewing, as Matumbo Man's just going to punch ROTK in a few times.